Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Conversation Show powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Decoding the Legal Labyrinth with Vishal Jain. From being a law clerk at the Apex Court to becoming founder, senior partner at Ayaam Legal, Vishal's journey is a testament to how passion and perseverance can shape a powerful legal career. With over a decade of expertise spanning regulatory affairs, insurance, intellectual property, and corporate advisory, he brings a unique blend of strategic insight and grounded leadership. In this episode, we dive into his milestones, mindset, and meaningful moments that have shaped his professional and personal path. And we also come to know Vishal as a person. So, welcome, Vishal, to today's Coffee Conversation episode.
Thank you, Amir.
So, let me explain you. There'll be three rounds: professional journey, personal journey, and a surprise, the rapid fire round, where you'll meet the hot seat and years inspiration. Legal EI 101. You have to be witty, fun, and quick, and it will be autographed and sent to you. So let's begin the first round. Friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist, and author of 15 books. So my first question, Vishal, how was the journey shaped up and what were the key defining moments you had?
So I completed my graduation in 2006. At that time, I was all inclined to be a in-house lawyer. Being a first generation lawyer, that was the only thought which came in my mind. Now, during my last 19 years, I worked at various places. I worked as an in-house counsel. I worked with law firms, and finally, I'm here where I am today. So, where we have started a firm, I am legal and working here.
Wow. So let's build up a conversation, Vishal.
Yes.
Working in regulatory affairs and compliance often requires foresight. How do you stay ahead of evolving legal landscape?
So compliance per se was a subject not a lot touched upon in India for a very long time. However, in late 90s, somewhere the compliances started with regard to SEBI, RBI, and then I joined an insurance company in around 2006, where because insurance regulator was also came up very late, so compliance was something which was given a lot of importance over there. They said they were the first company which set up a separate department for compliance. I was not part of that, but that's how I got to know that yes, compliances are important. We need to look into it. Then during my work with various organizations, I realized that if you are doing things in a compliant way, you can save a lot of trouble which may come later. So compliance, while initially it looked like a roadblock, once you start getting into that role of compliance, you doing compliance on a day-to-day basis, there comes a point where you know now I am ready for any kind of eventualities, be it a regulatory challenge, be it a market challenge. If I'm compliant with the regulations, I will sail through any difficulty.
Wow. Okay. So, Vishal, you have held roles in insurance and finance. What are the biggest legal complexities businesses often underestimate in these high volatile sectors?
So both finance, insurance, if you see, so finance, when we talk about finance, you are talking about banks, you are talking about NBFCs, you are talking about the entities which are connected to any person's day-to-day life. Any person in this country at some point of time in a day has to touch upon one of these institutes for some work or the other. Even in the this digital age, when you are doing a lot of UPI transaction, banks and everything get connected. Now, the people with whom I have worked in my life, all of them say this thing to me that your role in law, in legal, in compliance is to safeguard these people's interest. The biggest problem what I face is when you sit with business see legal as your biggest enemy. They think legal is a roadblock which want to stop me from doing this, while from starting we have been told, we have been taught in a manner that you are a system enabler, you work in sync with the business. So the biggest problem which comes is to bring that sync with the business, that yes, we are on the same side. However, there's a larger interest we all have to be careful about.
Wow. So I'm building a conversation up, as you said, by these are the enablers. So with regarding to regulatory frameworks, how do you help your clients and their different departments see them as a enabler?
So when you are compliant with the regulatory requirements, your one area is always settled. So even if say there's some time up and down in business, but when you are regulatorily compliant, you can this will somewhere minimize the operational risk which your organization may face in those volatile times. It helps you to be on a good books of the regulator because they see you being a compliant organization and your intent is to be compliant. So that will help at every time you are interacting with the regulator, it will help you. They see that positivity in the teams there. That yes, there's a team which is coming to us who want to be compliant, who are reaching out to us for all kind of compliances. So they also facilitate these organizations in multiple ways.
Wow. So Vishal, having worked both in in-house and law firms, what key differences shaped your professional perspective?
So when I started, my first role was as a research assistant to a Supreme Court judge, and then I went as an in-house counsel. Now, when I joined that in-house counsel role, I had a very different perspective that what role you have to do. I was very focused on these are the one kind of activities you have to do. This is the task assigned to you. However, the moment I was placed there, then you start getting different kind of challenges. So while your role is to handle one thing, your teams, that your counterpart sitting in that office, they expect multiple things out of you. So someone from sales will come up with their kind of problem, the HR will come with their problem, legal has their own set of work assignments you need to do. So there you start getting into multiple roles. So today, if you see, an in-house lawyer's job is equally competitive as a law firm job. They deal into anything and everything which comes on their side. While in a law firm, with time you specialize, you take up the work which interests you more, where you feel more connected to. Say I want to work in insurance, so I'll keep working in insurance in a law firm. While for an in-house counsel, there is no demarcation. They pick up anything and everything what comes their way, irrespective of whether they have done it earlier or not. So they kind of guide the organization towards the right side. However, there's a limitation that because they are not master of all, they need support from external agencies or even internally, they need to build up that capabilities. So right now the lines have blurred. However, I feel in-house counsels are becoming equally competent as law firms. Law firms always carried a niche along with them that yes, they are master of this thing, they can do this thing, so they can be relied upon.
Wow. Okay. So Vishal, now AI is everywhere. How do you see AI impacting regulatory affairs and compliance work?
Uh, so with the use of AI, you have now see earlier we used to do compliances from Excel sheets, then we moved to certain softwares. Now with AI, there's a kind of more powerful tools available to you, which instead of you setting rules, they set rules for you. You embrace them, you utilize them, and it take you on a it'll reduce your effort. While AI is not there to overrule you, but AI helps you in increasing your work productivity.
Wow. So let's go memory down the lane, which has been the your memorable or challenging case you have worked on and why?
So two cases I would like to say.
Oh,
First
sorry.
case is the one. So when I entered into litigation, the very first case which I argued, so that was before uh, Rajasthan High Court was Justice Meena Gombar. So and this was my first ever matter, and I was hardly 15 or 70 days into litigation. Then when I argued the matter, she asked me that with whom you are working. I said, ma'am, I'm independent. Then company gave you the case. I said, ma'am, I used to work for this company earlier, and now I have come into litigation, so they have given me this case. So then she praised me, she praised the company, she encouraged me a lot. So, but because that was my first appearance ever, so I had to do a lot of research for that matter. So that is one case which I always remembered. Second matter is a medical negligence case I was fighting for AIMS. I was representing AIMS in that matter, where there was a allegation of medical negligence on AIM. For that, for one good year, I was studying medicines because it was more related to cancer medicines, how they are uh, given to a patient, what are their side effects. So by end of that one year, when we finally argued that matter, I was very happy because the kind of knowledge I gained during that period was immense.
Wow. See, we have got one speaker, Savio. He's a non-lawyer, but due to some things, personal something must have happened. He's taken up an interest and he, what do you say, learned medical legal law. So I want to plan a panel discussion with you and him and get other medical legal experts and have this on this sensitive medical legal cases and the legal system. Let's
Yes,
plan out.
yes.
Okay. So now, Vishal, you have navigated roles across some of the most dynamic organizations. How has each phase contributed to your current leadership philosophy?
So as I said, my fondest of places is the first place I worked. So the insurance company I was working for, they gave us a lot of liberty. There was some parameters set for us that this is something you should not cross. Within that, whatever work you explore, whatever kind of work you do mistakes, they'll still support you. So that's where I learned that you have to keep a open vision. You can't restrict yourself to one particular activity. Take up anything and everything which comes into your hand, do it with responsibility, do it with honesty, and it'll pay you. Then after that, I worked in various other organizations. Lastly, when I was working with Oedipus Council, which was again where I was a senior partner. So there we learn about how to navigate different things together because there we were doing a twin role. While one place we have to do the delivery to the client, the other place we also have to manage the teams. We you have to act as a HR at times. Despite having a separate HR, people will expect those things from you, and you have to keep everything to a level that it should not become a problem for anyone, be it your client, be it your teams. You treat all of them in a manner that it's respectful to them. So this these are the learnings I got in various organizations, which I'm trying to utilize now.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's come to your present, your law firm new journey. I am legal. What is the story behind naming of I am legal? My first part. I'm dividing into two parts. And what gaps will you be filling in at I am legal?
So Ayam is a Sanskrit word which means new dimension. So when we started this firm, our focus was to, while we all have knowledge in our field, we are working in this field from last 18, 19 years. We wanted to start something in a manner by which we are able to give some additional leverages to our client. And the first and foremost thing which we have worked upon in this organization is use of technology, use of AI. So we are embracing all these technologies. We are trying to build our own systems using AI, which we can use for helping our clients, helping our internal teams.
Wow. Okay. So, Vishal, how do you approach mentoring young lawyers entering this ever evolving legal ecosystem?
So my mantra has been same from last say 15 years. Read as much as you can. Don't read only with regard to work what is given to you. Read anything which come your way, anything which interests you. So even now in my team, someone who work in insurance team, I tell them to read about IP. Someone in IP, tell them to read about private equity. Someone in private equity, I tell them to read about contract. So I will always tell them that you read something every day, particularly like as you also asked me earlier about compliances. So compliance is something where unless you read, you are left far behind. So
Yes.
reading is something very important. If you read, you will at back of your head you will know what is there. You will be able to interpret those questions. You will be able to frame your answers. If you are not reading, even if you say do a Google search, you use AI engines, you will never get the correct answer because you don't know how to structure that.
Yeah. Beautiful said. So, Vishal, who's been your biggest cheerleader, personally and professionally?
So personally, my wife is there. So we both are lawyers, and so we both act as devil's advocate for each other. She always, every time when I'm working on something, I'm in a different mood. She'll say, "Calm down, you'll be able to do it. You can do it. You know what you have to do." So she always do that. I have a twin brother who's also a lawyer, who's also a compliance professional, and we both have
Mhm.
studied in same school, same college, and incidentally we worked in the same organization also initially.
Wow. So, I'm
So
planning a fun chat with you and him,
yes,
both lawyers. Okay. And you said twin brother.
yes,
So, it will be an interesting conversation ke how both see and yeah, do things.
yes. So so
Okay, continue.
he always encouraged me to do things by what I want. Like he know I am not a one who want to stick to a particular routine, stick to a particular organization. So I always love exploring. I always want to work with different kind of people.
Mm,
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay. This is more of a reflective one. What do you believe will define the next decade of legal practice in India?
So India, if you see, has a vast demography. Okay, so you find
Mm,
different kind of people at different places. While today, when we are embracing all these technologies, we are reaching a particular point, a particular kind of people. Now, in last 5 years, the way things have developed in India, everyone is holding a smart mobile. So some solutions which are available to people through their phone itself will be very helpful. A person sitting in a remote village is not aware about his legal rights per se. However, if there's some portal, some organizations who are able to and say like your podcast, so which are giving a new reach to all these uh, ideas to information which is required to people. Next 10 years, this information, this data will be prevailing over everything and will take up the most important role.
thank you for appreciating the coffee concept. Okay. So, last one for your professional journey round. What advice would you give to young lawyers who want to enter regulatory practice area?
So this is very similar to earlier question, but yes, reading is important. Go by checklist mechanism. I still follow a diary. I maintain it on paper. I maintain it digitally, depending upon time where I am. If I'm
Yes.
traveling, I prefer keeping it digitally. Every day, I set up my task that today I have to finish X, Y, Z task. If that task
Yeah.
is not finished, I copy it to the next day. that day my first activity has to be that task. So there's a Eisenhower matrix which divide your work into urgency and importance. So what is urgent, what is important? So you divide your work according to that matrix, and you know what is the priority work you have to do in compliance. While compliance look like a back seat job, it is very important for the organization. So anyone who's entering into this phase, they have to understand that this has to be done today. It cannot be delayed. If you have that kind of approach, you'll always excel in compliances.
Beautiful, sir. Okay. Uh, so would it be possible to share later during this? Would you like to put up your that flow chart?
Yes, absolutely.
Please do. So that will add how you're using that a concept in your day-to-day life, and it will inspire not only me but others how this task management can be utilized.
Yes, yes. I'll send it across.
Thank you. Let's go to the next one and understand Vishal as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years. You've shared about your twin brother, your wife, but we need to know more.
Yes. So both my parents are they retired as government officers, and since our early childhood, we have seen both of them working. So it was always that you have to respect everyone. Everyone is doing their hard work to achieve something. So that competitiveness comes from them. Okay. My father is always an explorer kind that he like to do new things. So with his job, he has tried multiple things. He has been successful in few, not successful in few. My mother, she was a strong pillar. She stayed with her job and achieved, she gave that stability to the family. Yes, I have one elder brother who's a packaging person. He's into packaging related compliances and all. I have a twin brother. We both are from same school, same law school. So both work in this industry. So and we share a lot of things in common. So if you see him somewhere, you can confuse him with me. Yes, and my wife, she is again a lawyer, and she run her separate practice. So day one, we made that rules that we both will keep our work and personal life separate. So we have not worked together in any organization. She do her own practice, I do my own practice, and as I said that she support me in various ways. Like uh, she has a more uh, kind of likeliness towards what goes through the mind, while I have a likeliness of what goes in the heart. So she keep bringing me back to the reality that no, if this is to be done, it has to be done in that particular manner. I have a son, he's 10-year-old. He's a guitarist, he's a author. He has written one book. He's just completed his second book, which is he's now converting. And that's it about my family.
Wow. So let's go to your college days. National Law School of India University. What are your memories and how did shape your career?
Yes, so my LLB is from NLU Jodhpur and LLM is from NLS Bangalore, both being very prestigious organizations. When I
Mhm.
went to NLU Jodhpur, we were in a like 18, 19-year old. So there were a lot of curiosity in our mind, what to do, how to do, when to do. In 5 years, we learned a lot of things. We had very good teachers there, very good mentors. We being the first batch of our college, so I got some of my closest of friendships. In fact, my partner Nishant is my classmate from law school. Yes. So there, so NLU Jodhpur gave us that kind of confidence. Okay, they gave us the learning. They empowered us by the learnings. They used to be a very rigorous work schedule in our college. So initial days, we used to have only Thursdays half day off. Otherwise, we used to have classes every day. Professor Mitra, who was our first vice chancellor, he always used to tell one thing, and in fact, he's a person we all idolize upon that if we can be 1% of him, he still writes every day, kind of person. His advices has helped us a lot. So he always used to say one thing that if you are coming from a new law school, your identity will be your work. So keep doing your work, beat everyone in the work. That's how you will survive. Okay. Then later I went to NLS Bangalore National Law School of India University Bangalore, where I did my LLM. So there, fortunately, again I was taught by Professor Mitra. And there actually I learned more to explore things. So while earlier the mindset was, what if this happens, what if you work and that doesn't work out, what if you start on your own and you fail. So NLS gave me that vision, that foresight, that what if you try. Okay, so there, the again, they have very good teachers, there is very good academic atmosphere there. Why they are number one law school? If you go there, you stay there for a week, you realize that. So it's both places are wonderful in education, both have their own good memories. However, as I said, NLU Jodhpur was my first alma mater, so there the things I learned was kind of more connected to me. And NLS I went after doing job for some time, so there my experience was very different. I already had some vision in mind. They helped me overcome certain questions, because of which I'm sitting here now.
Beautiful. So, Vishal, are there any rituals or hobbies that keep you grounded amidst the legal chaos?
uh, so music is one thing. Then all these mythological stories, if you read them, like when my son was small, so we used to read to him, and he is very interested in them. So still we see them on various channels and all these places. So if you see them, they all give you small mantras. They give you some learning lessons. So more you read them, more you listen to them, they will help you keep yourself grounded. That yes, whatever we are doing, there is a purpose around it. If there are some certain things which have gone wrong, you have to introspect, see your own faults. Sometimes there are things beyond your control. So reading them, and as I said, music, so they keeping me calm in a manner.
Wow. So, how do your friend describe you outside the courtroom?
Mhm. More of an explorer,
Hmm.
playing some practical jokes.
Okay. Wow. So, which family tradition or memory do you cherish the most?
So I'm staying out from my parental place since last 10 15 years, and similarly my brothers also are staying out. One brother has now shifted with my parents. So our usual annual meeting is during Diwali, so where everyone comes around. So that time, because the whole family is there, we enjoy, and the we get to see each other more often that time. So that I think is the most cherished memory.
Wow. So, my last one is a googly one. Describe Vishal in one line.
Biker, consistent and persistent.
Beautiful. So, let's put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Your go to comfort food.
Go to, sorry,
Comfort food.
comfort food. As of now, it's idli.
Oh, wow. You're a night owl or a early bird?
So I'm both. I stay late in night. I get up early in morning. I sometimes start my work as early as 4 o'clock in morning.
Wow.
There was an organization which was having 24/7 open office policy. So I used to go 6 o'clock in the morning to office to work there.
Oh, beautiful. Your favorite color?
Green.
One legal principle you swear by.
one legal principle you stay
You
by.
swear by. You swear by.
Swear by. Volunteer not fit injuria.
Wow. Your dream travel place.
Dream. So I think some mountains you go on a bike, stay there for some calmly. So that is place
Oh.
I like to go.
Your favorite bike.
Favorite
Bike.
bike. I have a Yamaha RX 100, which is still my favorite.
Wow. Okay. Best piece of advice received.
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Best piece of advice received.
Best piece of advice received. Uh, Stay calm.
Wow. One word to describe your leadership style.
Lead in front. Lead by example.
Beautiful. Your favorite Marwadi cuisine.
Dal bati.
Last one. Tea or coffee to recharge.
Coffee.
Coffee show.
Yes.
So you did well, and here's a book, Legally I 101, which will be autographed and sent to you.
Thank you.
So as the conversation comes to a close, what stands out is Vishal's quiet strength, grounded wisdom, and an unwavering commitment to law, not just as a profession, but as a living, breathing system of impact. His journey is a reminder that legal excellence is built not only on intellect but also on integrity, adaptability, and heart. Here's to leaders who make the law more human and the profession more inspiring. So, like that, there are 500 plus coffee speakers who have shared their professional, personal stories, get inspired by watching and implementing in your life. And we continue the conversation with a cup of coffee with another speaker. So, take care. Thank you.
Thank you.